We've got, by the way, a senator who they've installed like a new chip in his brain right now, John Fetterman. So the Fetterbot is currently acting like he's a Republican.
Has woke leftist John Fetterman left the dark side and actually become based? Welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my beautiful freedom-loving friend, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants, shine the light of awareness on woke absurdities, and highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. You know who John Fetterman is, really a challenged fella, seemingly a puppet towing the line, the most leftist of all lines in the leftist agenda. But now, recently, the past month or so, John Fetterman, a couple things have changed. Now, my question is it authentic or is it deceptive? Is it meant to manipulate you, or is it an earnest attempt to influence you through what he sees as a better way? Couple things that have changed. This guy is shockingly speaking a fair bit more coherently. Now, we're used to the John Fetterman who makes Biden look like a well-polished speaker, but lately, he's been just like talking like a human. It's weird. And secondly, on the topic of, is he actually based now? He is no longer towing the line on an open border is loving. We need to keep it open. It's hateful to have a secure border. No, he's now saying secure the border. And he's also not towing the leftist line on pro-Palestine, anti-Israel. He's being very pro-Israel and like literally waving Israeli flags in the faces of Palestinian protesters. What's going on? Let's take a look. And by the way, I will give you my opinion on what's going on, but more importantly, what's your opinion? As we go, let me know in the comments below. So we can see this tweet summarizing his quick take on the border. Why is this breaking? I have no idea. Breaking! Democrat Senator John Fetterman is calling for increased border security and for Democrats to work with Republicans to finally secure the border. Do you agree with him? Let's hear more about what Mr. Fetterman's saying about the border, which is out of lockstep with the leftist policies that have been, well, destroying our country with an open border.
If you look at the numbers, it's almost 270,000 encounters, and that's a lot. It's not xenophobic to have a conversation about border security.
Whoa, it's not xenophobic to have a conversation about border security. Okay, that's definitely breaking bonds of the leftist narrative. Now, that's something that you and I would probably agree with. Now, is that, well, I agree with Fetterman on that. Is that a bait to get us into some kind of manipulative trap? If it was, I'm guessing someone like you or I aren't going to fall for that trap. But think about other people who may not be as convicted in their values or beliefs and may not have the X-ray vision that you and I have to see through how things appear to be, to see the underlying deception and manipulation that might be. And here's another short clip. Senator Fetterman splits with left on border security and Israel from The Hill.
Recent appearance with Jake Tapper that ran contrary to his party's base and received plaudits from those on the right. Let's take a look.
Because obviously a lot of progressives on Twitter have been attacking you for your position on Israel, for noting that, in your opinion, saying that there is a crisis at the border does not make one xenophobic. Why do you think you've been so criticized by so many progressives?
I honestly don't understand. I don't understand why it's controversial to anybody to decide.
By the way, I interrupt this regularly scheduled John Fetterman message to also point out he's talking like a normal person. That's interesting.
That you're going to stand with Israel in this situation. I honestly don't understand why it's controversial to say we need a secure border. I've been very clear. In fact, that was weaponized against me as Republicans in my race, that I'm very much a strong supporter of immigration. And, you know, my wife's family, that's the Oregon story about that. Okay,
that wasn't coherent, but one get out of incoherency jail-free card.
I think two things can be true at the same time. You can be very supportive of immigration, but we also need to have a secure border.
Damn it. Well, that is also something I agree with. I am supportive of immigration, as in legal immigration with due process. In other words, immigration policies that are enforced. I support that. Cool. And I also heavily support a secure border. Wow, I sure am agreeing with John Fetterman on a couple things here, aren't I? And now this clip from the New York Post. You'll see John Fetterman leaving some kind of building. Looks pretty official to me. And there's a pro-Palestine protest going on. You know, kind of, I don't know, the people who aren't fans of Jewish people for some reason need to let the world know where they stand. So you'll see John Fetterman come out. He's waving a little thing. It's a little out of focus for a second, but what he's waving is an Israeli flag in the face of these pro-Palestinian protesters.
What do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Ceasefire! When do we want it? Now!
Shame! I definitely still dresses like a goofball, shorts and a sweatshirt. That's fun, but for whatever reason that I don't think is based on anything other than a nefarious agenda of deception that divides people and gets them out of control, functioning out of anger because ultimately they're functioning from a place of fear. This agenda of the left, okay, you got to be pro-Palestine and anti-Israel, even though like you do the math, it's like that kind of makes you Jew haters. So John Fetterman is breaking the lines of that and very openly not going with the party, not going with the squad. He's saying, yeah, I like Israel better. And this next clip, something very similar. John Fetterman is on a roof for some reason. I don't know if the guy also thinks he's Batman, but there's a pro-Palestine protest, riot, whatever you call it at this point, going on the streets below. And you'll see Fetterman doing his Israeli flag tactic. This is a bigger Israeli flag.
Fetterman, you can't hide! You're supporting genocide! Fetterman, you can't hide! You're supporting genocide! Fetterman, you can't hide! You're supporting genocide!
Okay, he just stands on the roof holding the Israeli flag. Out of line with the left. Now, we'll take a look at the opening clip, but the full clip of Jack Posobiec. He's a dude. I've met him. I think he's great. I love his commentary. He's someone who understands nothing is as it seems. So you'll get his take on Fetterman, because it's like, boy, he's looking based. Is he actually based, or is there something deceptive going on? Is this a tactic being weaponized against us? Before I watched this clip of Jack, I was thinking basically what Jack says. So I happen to agree with him, and I'll give you my quick recap after this. But first, take a look at Jack Posobiec sharing with you what he thinks is going on with the all of a sudden changed John Fetterman.
We've got, by the way, a senator who they've installed like a new chip in his brain right now, John Fetterman.
It might be a lot of Adderall. I don't know, like, by the way, the stroke or strokes that Fetterman has had that had him like really like he just talks like really incoherently, doesn't know what's going on, can't read or can't like hear words and process them. I don't know. Like, has he actually just been naturally healing from a stroke? Did they put a new chip in his brain? Is it just like, dude, with enough Adderall, you can kind of function normally? Or, by the way, I don't actually believe this, but I don't think anything is impossible. So you could even say like, hey, when Fetterman was running for Senate and got elected, and, you know, he was, by all rights, quite mentally disabled. Was that just an act to get sympathy votes or the illusion of votes? I don't know, but, you know, it's questions. Let's hear more from Jack.
Where so the Fetterbot is currently acting like he's a Republican, but it's all a trick, right? We all get that, right? It's classic election year pandering, because Fetterbot is going to...
Classic election year pandering. It's a trick. Interesting.
Say, you know, we need to defend Israel, and we need to do something about the border, and we need to do something about fentanyl. And he sounds pretty good lately, right? He sounds like kind of a normal, almost a MAGA, like he could give a speech up here at a Turning Point event almost. But I'll tell you what the end of the program is that Fetterbot at the long end of this program, when the algorithm's done its process, they're going to come down and he's going to say, and that's why we need to endorse Joe Biden. And he's going to have all those people that say, well, this is a normal guy. I want him to endorse Joe Biden. And that's where it's going to come in. And that's the issue. And
so here's why I believe what Jack Posobiec is saying. First of all, I have never seen any evidence that Fetterman is anything other than a puppet pretty much installed. So what we know for sure, Biden's border policies, the radical leftist view of Israel, these things that Fetterman is breaking the line with, those policies are the opposite of popular. So You know, just like Biden's definitely going to be the candidate in 2024, right? Right. So whoever the candidate is, like they face this adversity of like, dude, nobody likes our stance on the border. Like, we got to keep doing it because we got an agenda. But like people see it, they don't like it. What they do like is the opposite. They like a based point of view, which, by the way, a based point of view is nothing more than a common sense point of view. So what if we have this guy Fetterman, and other people also, by the way, what if we have this guy Fetterman come out and say the things that people actually like? Therefore, they start to like him. And the more they like him, the more they trust him. And the more he gathers their trust, the more he can then pass their trust on to, and that's why we need to support Biden or Michael Obama or Gavin Newsom, like whoever it's actually going to be. That's what I think is actually going on. I think this is a tactic. Leftists, communists trying to take over our country, they might be evil, and indeed they are, but they're also not stupid. They see when people don't like what they're doing. They see when people don't fall for what they're doing. They don't fall for their narrative. So is it beyond evil to use deceptive tactics? Let's get our puppets. We'll shove our hands way up there, and we'll get the puppets to say the things that people like so we can gather their trust, their support, and then pass that support on to those who don't deserve it. But it is a deceptive trap of baiting people into the trap. We'll say the things they like, even though it's like the opposite of what we're going to do, and then pass that trust on to those who don't deserve it. Is that what's going on with Fetterman? I can't be for certain. All I can say is that's how it appears to be to me. That's the best sense of what I can make of the situation. But let me know what your thoughts are on Fetterman. Is he actually based, or is he a deceptive puppet being used to manipulate the public to voting for someone who probably doesn't deserve your vote? You let me know in the comments. Look forward to hearing what you think about this. And with that said, my freedom-loving friend, thank you for watching this video. I truly do appreciate you. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on your bell notifications. See you next time. But first, I've got a special non-deceptive message brought to you by someone who refuses to be a puppet. This used to be a cow. And this is the infrared sauna blanket made by Bon Charge. Bon Charge is a holistic wellness company with a huge range of evidence-based products to help you optimize your life in every way. It's founded in science and based on nature. And the infrared sauna blanket is one of my favorite Bon Charge products. Maybe you've been wanting to burn calories to control your weight and improve your body shape. Or you've been wanting to detoxify yourself because you happen to live in a world filled with toxins. Or you've been wanting to de-stress yourself and sleep better because you're stressed out all the time. Well, my friend, look no further than the infrared sauna blanket. Improve your body shape. Well, the sauna blanket works by elevating your heart rate to that of physical exercise. You can burn up to 600 calories per session while you relax. Detoxification note, sweating helps flush your body of heavy metals and other toxins, like toxic relationships. And the infrared heat helps give your body a beneficial endorphin release so you feel better and more relaxed. Now, when it comes to getting the benefits of sauna, here's why I like the infrared sauna blanket the best. It's easy to set up. It takes less than a minute, and it doesn't take up a bunch of valuable space and clutter up your home. And it's the most affordable infrared sauna system on the market. I use mine 3 or 4 times a week for 30-minute sessions. Since I've been using it, I find I feel more relaxed, I sleep better, I have more energy, and if I didn't know any better, it's improving my body shape. If you want to treat yourself to the best, get your infrared sauna blanket at boncharge.com/JPReacts. And while you're there, be sure to use the discount code JPReacts for 15% off all Bon Charge products. Enjoy.